What's up guys, this is Void of Dust Gaming, your channel for fresh arena of Valor content, and today I've got a lovely game in the ranked matches for you with probably one of the best supports right now in the current meta. I'm talking about Lumburr, who has just recently received some pretty nice buffs, making him a really good support. He has not been one of the best, probably one of the worst supports beforehand a couple of years ago, even months ago, but he has increased in his performance, and right now I've got this video in English after we've done it in German beforehand with some other gameplay, but today we are ranked matching. So first of all, I want to go with you through my build. So here is my item build, and as Lumburr is a tank support, of course what we are doing is we are providing as much tankiness as possible. Therefore we are building the earth or health support item on him with the Gilded Greaves to reduce the crowd control duration on him. We've got some items such as the Shield of the Lost and the Aegis, which complement each other quite nicely. Of course we're throwing in some item for magic resistance that is Gaia standard right here, but you can switch it out for the Medallion of Troy if needed. And yeah, we're just ending with the Blade of Eternity to be revived just once. Arcana wise, my goodness, my fingers are just a little bit too thick. Arcana wise, I'm going with my AD tank build. As you can see, there's plenty of numbers on the right hand side of the screen, but the most important thing is we're building max HP, about 800, and that comes from 10 times Guardian with some attack speed, armor, and HP. We've got Reliever here, which was Benevolence before, with movement speed and a little HP regeneration on top of the max HP, which is 450. And Dragoon, because I just love to have some offensive capabilities in these kind of builds as well. If you want to focus more on health, there's another Arcana that you can build. And enchantment wise, to complement our tankiness, I am going with the Explosive Shield. I think it's the best enchantment that you can get, with the fast healing for the shield effects that he is going to provide. And I've got a Ripple Step for the movement speed and stuff while we are in the creek or the river, as was known before. And we're complementing that with Taste of Blood as well as Numbness, because Numbness is stacking up quite nicely with our Gilded Greaves. So this is the build, and if you like this kind of content and you are not a follower, consider subscribing, hit the notification bell to not missing any of my videos, and if you like this kind of content, of course a like is always appreciated. So this was the build section. Now let's finish with some lovely gameplay. As I said, we're playing Platinum rank, and here we go. Alright, so let's get started with building the first item of the support line. Of course, that's the Elemental Gem, and as I already said, we are building up the Earth support item because it's going to give us a little bit more health, and that is, of course, the item that is going to be profitable over the other two, the Mage and the Warrior one. I'm on a lane with Valheim. If you want to know how to play AD Valheim, just check out my videos. I've been posting a video on Valheim lately. We've got Tool in the jungle, we've got Scott on the solo lane, and we've got Liliana on the mid lane. So I would say a pretty decent matchup. Liliana and Tulin are really strong right now in the meta, and Scott is always there for a surprise because he can actually be quite painful if he catches someone by surprise, and he already did that, just securing the first blood for our team in the first couple of seconds, because it's just 1 minute played so far. On the opposing side, we've got Gildor paired with Telenas on the duo lane, so this is going to be our main opponent line. There is Wukong in the jungle. Of course, I'm not building the vision item just for him because it's just not going to be of any use. There is no kind of sight or some kind of detection mechanism if we want to find him, so that would be a really lackluster choice. There is Malok on the solo lane, and we've got Kali as the opponent facing the Liliana in our team right now. So I would say our matchup is a little bit better. Of course, they got 2 tanks, but with Gilder not being one of the best ones, and he's a little bit falling off and behind the later the game is, I think we can stand a decent choice or a decent chance against those enemies. We just need to be really, really focusing on what to do. And unfortunately, our jungler has been killed right now. Dragon has already been defeated. I tried my item here, my ultimate here, in order to get Gilder, but unfortunately I wasn't pleased in the very best way. And if you are asking yourself what kind of talent to play on Lumburr, I would suggest you to play either the new one, the enfeebled one, which is a massive damage reduction tool, or you guys are going with heal as you would normally do, or you can even go with Flicker to open up some new vectors if you want to get those ult and other spells in and you've got problems with that. There's some nice movement shenanigans with Flicker, I suppose, but Enfeeble is just so nice right now, especially on tanks as Lumburr is, because it just means that the damage is reduced by so many points and it's going to be awesome. So without any problems, we were able to get Telenas here, as well as Gilder with a combined approach with the help of Tulan, and we are starting to whittle down this tower. But now Kali is making a retaliation move using her ult, and that's of course always quite devastating, as Kali is just packing so much punch to the game right now. It's questionable, and the ult is on cooldown just for, I would say, 20 seconds or something, so she has her ult all the time, so you need to be really careful because she can just do so much harm to you, especially early game when you don't have any magic resistance or something to use against her. So I was using my ult here, not to the very best, but I would say that we can just do some quite nice moves here. Gilder should be dead by now. Oh, unfortunately. Is he or isn't he? No, he isn't, unfortunately. I was just pushing him out of my of the ult with my S1. S1 is a new kind of tool. You just do not only hit the ground, but you also get this kind of dash thing, or the push thing, where you are actually pushing enemies away. And by some luck, I just managed to get a kill as well as another assist, and we turned the tide of the battle from the 3-5 to 6-5, so we were doing really, really good with the help of both Liliana and Tulan, who decided to come to our lane, and I don't really think that Wukong can do much against the both of them. If it would just be for one hero, he might just pose a threat, but in this kind of case, we're not really fearing him too much, don't we? Oh, he's also been able to kill Telenas here, so that's really beneficial for the whole team composition and the whole team fight section. So I'm ulting in. Scott is here. Unfortunately, I do take the kill. That wasn't intended. I thought that Scott was about to take that, but he didn't. So that's another kill for me, and it became quite easy to get the kills with the new Lumburr toolkit. He's just been a lot stronger than you might think beforehand, and it's just funny to push enemies around with your S1 as I just did, because it's just opening so many new strategies. That ult was just so wasted, and a flicker was wasted on that approach as well. So ult out and the talent out, that is going to tell you something. Unfortunately, my ult doesn't turn out the way I wanted it to. I'm pushing him away, activating my item here, but it doesn't really help. I think I've got the cleansing item on him already, just to cancel Gilder's ult if I don't have my S1 ready. So we've got double cancellation, but yeah, it's looking quite well. Okay, it's not looking so well anymore, but now we need to take the approach to the opposing team. Unfortunately, Kali is ulting in, and as you can see, she's just shredding. It's crazy how good that hero has become over the time. I think Kali was just flying completely under the radar for most of the time, and then suddenly she just popped in the game and was really good, and everyone was asking themselves like, what happened? There wasn't anything in any sorts of developer notes or something like that. She just became this crazy person who is able to just use so much stuff going on, and I think my shield just helped me here. Otherwise I would have been dead, but this tower is under heavy siege and we need to get back because otherwise it's just going to ruin our day. Unfortunately, Valheim decided to go on his own, and I was the one person to defend the towers, which of course did not work out pretty awesome. Here we go. There we go. And yeah, the new toolkit from Lumburr is just really, really good. He just became such a good hero, and he's so fun to play. You've got a lot of mobility, you've got a lot of control mechanisms with the new spells that you have, and it's just a pleasure to play him right now. And he's tanky. Finally, there is a tanky Lumburr, and that's so nice to see. Because Kali is not being a crazy bruiser, I decided to go with Gaia Standard here. Otherwise, I would have taken Medallion of Troy, but in this scenario, I would rather rely on the health regeneration that we do get from the item. But you need always to focus and decide on the game what you really need in terms of being the most beneficial. Unfortunately, I'm getting killed here by the combined approach of both Malok and Kali, but we do get another kill on Malok, which is actually quite useful. So we're still in the lead, but it's a little bit depressing because the enemy gets so many objectives. They already cleared Darkslayer, they already had I think 1 or even 2 dragons so far. But the good thing is my team is really pushing in and getting the jungle from the enemies right now. So well played, guys. And here is Kali ult again. It's just such a nuisance. It's so annoying, and now we need to defend against the Darkslayer. Scott doing a really good job here, pushing her away, so we do get some entry, and now we can just focus on that tower. Malok is closing in. I'm pushing him away from the tower so that we can secure it, and here we go. Tower has been taken. Valor was a little bit too offensive, I'd suppose, but we do get Wukong here with the combined approach, and I would say the new spells have helped me to accomplish that. Otherwise that would not have been possible to push him away from my front line. Okay, here we go. Kali ult again. As I said, her cooldown is really low. Just 20 seconds for an ultimate that strong is incredible. But of course we can't change it, so we need to work around it. And every single time you see some of those bolts flying into your direction, just get away. Don't mess with her. She will have some backup, and that backup is probably trying to kill you, and it will eventually do so. So always play safe if it's possible. Sometimes I just like to use that skill in order to be annoying, and it's working quite fine. As you can see, nice initiation here for the approach that I was been doing. Wukong is about to fall here. Scott is doing an incredible job on that solo lane. Pushing Telenas away is again securing another kill, and I think Wukong was just being a little bit lackluster because his internet was frozen or something else happened to his mobile phone. So we do get another approach on that tower. Unfortunately, we were not able to get it, and now I'm just building Shield of the Lost to get rid of all those pesky melee attacks and slowing them down by a little bit. As I said, this is the item that you want to have if you're building the Aegis and you're facing a lot of melee characters, as we're doing in this match right now. You can do some more magic resistance if you are struggling against Gildo in this match, I guess. For example, Yoga's Edge might actually be quite nice because you're getting some slow, but it just turned out quite fine. So as you can see, we turned the tide of the battle and we're leading with 6 kills right now. So it's not really one of those games where you're just stomping the enemy, and I think that is actually really, really beautiful. I'm getting a good approach on Kali, killing her, which is really, really, really important right now, because otherwise she can just stop our attack with ease, because she's got really good wave clear. And now it's my time to use all my spells in order to get the enemies, and I am going to die here. Yes, I'm not, because right now I am a tank and it just feels so damn good to do it. Finally, Lumburr has become the tank that you always wanted him to be. You can even eat some of the tower shots, because that is just working out nicely. Waiting for my S1 to appear. Unfortunately, Kali is closing in. Using another ult on her. Getting rid of that minion, complementing my item, and now we are nearly full build, and that is something that is always nice, because now the only item that we've been missing is Blade of Eternity, so that means we're basically on full efficiency. And what we are going to do right now, we need to focus on the objectives, getting our team together for a team fight. And as soon as this is going to happen, as you can see, my team is working quite nicely. As soon as we get into a situation like that, this would be game. And as you can see, 14 minutes have already been played. We are on the Darkslayer and we just finished it. So this is the best setup that you can get. Now we need to push some lanes. And as soon as we accomplish that, I can lead the charge as their tank, and my teammates can just follow up, and everything is going to be ready for takeover. Pushing some enemies around. Scott is coming from the side lane, so we need to help him out here, because otherwise he's going to be, I guess, really in a bad position. But I'm throwing enemies around with my spells, and this is just so incredibly useful. Pushing enemies away from their towers. That is the new Lumburr, and the new Lumburr is just insanely crazy. I mean, the CC was already really good on the old Lumburr, but the new Lumburr is just, it's another kind of playstyle if you can actually push enemies away. I guess it takes some time to kind of get it, because when I was playing him at first, it was kind of really new. It didn't feel that natural, because I was used to just stomp the ground with his fists. But if you get a hang on it, it's just plain simple, and it's so useful. And this is the game. 17 minutes played, just been killed once, and all in all, our performance is going to be not only a rank up, but we do get the MVP for this match. So I would say Lumburr is a really nice hero. I can't make any suggestions for Masters level or anything like that, or Veteran, but in Platinum, Lumburr is a really decent choice. And if you haven't played him, just take another look at him, because right now he's really good. And I hope you guys have got some nice inspiration by this game. So thanks for watching, have a nice evening, stay healthy, and bye bye.